Step 3. Profit. Hi, I'm Croglanta, and welcome to part 2, where we actually continue our investigation about the missing paintings.
Once again, this is Dick Thornburg reporting with a story that will shock and amaze you about just how far a man will go for fame and fortune. While the aftermath of this morning's daring raid on the Townsend Art Museum is still being felt, I have uncovered the bizarre life behind one of its main perpetrators. Our story begins here, in the small town of DeKalb, Illinois. Self-conscious of his immigrant heritage, Jack Frantzlovsky changed his name to Frontier and joined the Army at the age of 18. Frontier had an affinity for action, and it wasn't long before the CIA had him in their sights. Yes, our government used your taxpayers' money to train this man into a skilled and lethal operative for the best part of 10 years. But Frontier eventually grew bored with this lifestyle and quit the service. Craving something more fulfilling, he recorded an exercise training video. The result was called Train or Die, a militant aerobic routine to get those perfect abs. Yes, only in America, ladies and gentlemen. Train or Die was an overnight success, and the name Frontier became synonymous with training the rich and famous. Yet even this wasn't enough for the fitness freak. Frontier wanted to star in the very action movies he helped train people for. Eventually, he got his wish in Galaxy Thief as a Martian space mercenary. The film was a surprise sleeper hit, and soon Frontier found himself reprising his role in the inevitable sequel, Galaxy Thief 2. This time, the film bombed. Many critics specifically targeting Frontier's performance, stating that not even an alien would ever act in such a wooden way. For Galaxy Thief 3, the studio wasn't taking any chances. This time they cast heartthrob Greg Castle, hanging Jack Frontier out to dry. Forever shunned by the Hollywood elite, Jack Frontier sank into a miserable depression, once attempting suicide. The table was truly turned, ladies and gentlemen, from being toast of the town to the most wanted man in Hollywood after this morning's vicious attack. Yet another tragic tale about falling stars and shattered Hollywood dreams. How far will one man go for his 15 minutes of fame and fortune? This is Dick Thornburg signing off for HEN, where show business is your business.
You don't want to go down there. The Blades are causing havoc.
The Blades?
Yeah, that gang is running wild. They're armed to the teeth.
Great.
Now this is one of my favourite levels because I think it has lots of interesting characters. You are like on the streets trying to investigate these paintings.
Head to Fat Larry's restaurant. We've got a 187.
Officer, do you
Report
know
of a
the way
shooting.
to Melrose? I'm looking for the new Trotsky boutique.
Whatever.
Can you, like, help me?
Well, some of them are interesting.
Die, you scumbag! Nobody mess with Fat Larry! Police officer, drop it now! Whoa,
Fat Larry
whoa,
indeed.
whoa, I'm the owner. I'm a Fat Larry. I nail him in the shoulder. You won't get far.
Yeah, well, why don't you let me handle it from here?
You're protected to serve, remember?
Hey, lighten up.
Now in this level we introduced
You wanna
also the
get your
gang
donut
members
before you arrest that guy?
and sort of the gang culture a bit, which comes a bit later.
Nice. I'm headed up to here with you guys.
And I just I like that character. He's kind of obnoxious and gives you a lot of attitude.
Is this gonna take long? Look, officer, I'd like to help, but I'm running late.
He won't even turn around to look at me, prick. Cricklewood. You see that billboard up to the left there? I wonder what film that's from.
What are you
I'm not
doing?
sure.
Go after him. You're a cop, ain't you?
Just want to check a few things first.
Nice. I'm headed up to here with you guys.
Yeah, so I do like this level because you get like restaurants and people just go around their business. Kind of feels a bit more real, or at least interesting.
Ma'am, are you okay?
Oh my god, I'm so getting out of here.
Did you not just see you a minute ago? Ugh, games still do that, you know. recycle meshes
Sir, did you see what
and
happened?
models.
Well, I was eating my lunch, and the next thing I know, here comes this kid shooting up the place.
Well, I do say the villains here are gang members, but maybe there's something else to that, as John will soon comment on.
If these guys are gang members, where are their colors? And pimps don't wear army-issue boots.
That does sound suspicious, Mr. McLean.
Shut the fuck. Hey, that's
Oh my God!
Kill it.
Everyone hide!
These fuckers. Fortunately, Larry will help you out. But say if a character or a civilian dies, it's you end the mission. It's mission failure. So you have to keep him alive.
Clay,
Yeah?
get to the bank. They're fleeing.
What? You're breaking up.
Serve, remember?
What is interesting about the characters, if you talk to them again and again, they say different things. And I like this
Hey,
guy
pal, what
here.
happened?
Bite my sack, will ya?
Whoa, watch the attitude.
Yeah, you cops are all the same. You think you're so tough, but you're never here when we need you.
Ah, shut up. Yeah, you see, if you can have conversations with them and talk to them, and they'll
You
say
okay?
they'll keep saying different things. I mean, eventually they will repeat themselves, but you can talk to them like several times and they'll say something new.
Whoa! What's with
And
the
that's
gun?
for almost
did I
every
do?
character. It's
Can
really
I
nice
interest you in
detail, and it
any
really
air
like,
conditioning?
builds the world they're trying to create here. It's a nice touch, I like it. But then again, all these audio clips could explain why there's fairly long loading times.
Clay,
Yeah?
get to the bank. They're fleeing.
What?
Oh, this is cool. This is cool. We kind of get to stop a bank heist. Traditional cop missions here. I want to tip you. There's policemen behind you, and if they die, it's mission over. So what you actually have to do to save them is to stand in front of the policeman, between them, and sort of take hits and act as a human shield.
Get the hell out of here.
Don't worry. Go.
Oh, here's bullet time. See, at certain enemies, if you shoot them, presumably with a headshot, it sort of slows down to this sort of bullet time effect where the camera goes round. Now you can cancel it any time by pressing like X or the action button, but I thought I'll let it go. And it's, you don't really, like I said, it's sort of sometimes you do it on certain people, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a nice little touch, pointless, but it's a nice little visual.
You okay?
Yeah. I just need to get my breath back.
Hilarious. So it is really cool to act out these sort of police scenarios.
It's okay.
It's like trying to be, it's like trying to be in a film, and they do this sort of effect quite nicely.
Calm down. You're upsetting Mike.
If I'd had my gun on me,
Everyone okay?
This man here, I think he's shot in the leg.
Hey, McLean here. I need an ambulance to the bank.
Oh, you're not even bleeding.
They weren't very organized.
it's like they just did it.
Oh, they're psychopaths.
Thrills.
Or sociopaths.
I thought we were all dead.
Oh, then I have no objection to shooting them dead. Hurrah, justification. So again, this highlights another tactic where you're going to shoot people, but it's still best to sneak. I'm in stealth mode here,
I decide when this is over. Like I decide
and use it just to pick him off.
Okay.
Great. So, something I should point out, on the on either side of the screen, you see all these sort of Die Hard banners. They're actually not in the game. Oh, you put them up on the side, just to make the videos look a bit fancy. That, and for some reason my dad's will record in 4:3 format, even though I actually play the games in widescreen. So I did that just to fill in the empty spaces.
right to him, John.
That and YouTube has like widescreen videos too.
Holy Toledo.
And I figured I don't want empty spaces on my YouTube videos either. So I just did them in Photoshop and put them up either side. Just a bit of decoration. Hopefully not too distracting. Now I'm desperately searching for a med kit here. But doesn't matter, there's a checkpoint coming up anyway.
You okay?
I'm fine, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna clean this mess up.
So I'm approaching the end of this part now, so if you'd like to subscribe, watch the next part. And I've been Crocklander. Hope you've enjoyed it. Now if I can just jump out the window to activate the load screen, I can be out of here.